but I want to be the best person. I want to be the best teammate. It's really, really hard. And I don't even know why I'm crying.
They crossed the line of being disrespectful, but they talked a lot of trash and they got humbled. And I think that that's okay.
The reigning WNBA MVP, A'ja Wilson, is in tears after realizing that her MVP crown might be slipping away right into the hands of Caitlin Clark. Yes, you heard that right. A'ja Wilson, who dominated the league last season, now finds herself at the center of a massive storm as Caitlin Clark's historic rookie year continues to steal the spotlight.
Kelsey Plum had this to say. She said, as much as they're a team, they're not a team. They're really good individual players, but they don't care about each other.
After months of dismissing Clark as just another white player, Wilson is now grappling with the fact that Clark is not only a fan favorite, but also a serious contender for the MVP title.
2025 MVP odds for the WNBA are out. A'ja Wilson, the favorite, at plus 195. Caitlin Clark second at plus 220.
Wilson has spent much of the season accusing Clark's rise of being fueled by race, even going as far as calling her fans racists.
One of the more interesting aspects of this fanhood is that some of the biggest supporters of Caitlin Clark are not whites. They're actually black males.
But the truth is undeniable. Clark's game has completely transformed the WNBA. From breaking records to packing arenas, Caitlin Clark is playing like the Steph Curry of the women's game.
The only one that I've seen other than Steph Curry that can do that. She's incredible. He's like Steph Curry.
Caitlin Clark just had a playoff series like Magic Johnson.
And fans can't get enough. While Wilson is busy stirring up drama, it's clear that her real issue might be fear. Fear that Caitlin Clark is about to dethrone her as the league's MVP. Stay tuned because this rivalry just hit a whole new level.
But I love my teammates so much that I will take any hit from them. Good, bad, ugly. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to try to be the best. I get y'all saying best player in the world. That's great. It looks great.
I think it's a huge thing. I think a lot of people say it's not about black and white, but to me, it is. It's really because you can be the top notch at what you do as a black woman, but maybe there's something that people don't want to see. Wilson said to the Associated Press.
A'ja Wilson and her team spent the season mocking other players, including Caitlin Clark, whom Wilson dismissed as simply a white player benefiting from racial bias.
They were still talking smack.
3 for 17 is you need to talk about it.
We don't see it so much after a team beats another team. We also don't hear it that much from a coach.
Wilson even went so far as to label Clark's fans as racists.
A'ja Wilson thinks that Caitlin Clark is only popular because she's white.
Everything A'ja Wilson is saying, to me, it was a message to Caitlin Clark of like, you want to come into our league, this is how you need to be.
No one cares what skin color you are.
I told myself it's not racist for me to like Caitlin Clark's game and to say so publicly. The WNBA's black superstars should thank their lucky stars.
Throughout the WNBA season, Wilson belittled others, but her attitude has dramatically shifted after a crushing defeat, which has left her in tears, fearful of losing her MVP status to Clark.
Becky Hammon was asked about the trash talk, and here's what she had to say.
No, I mean, we talked our crap, they heard it, and they get to talk their crap. It's part of the game. It's not like personal.
The truth is, Caitlin Clark has proven herself to be the league's true most valuable player. Her arrival transformed the struggling Indiana Fever into a playoff contender, and her impact was felt across the entire WNBA, boosting ratings, ticket sales, and fan engagement.
The biggest reason that she's popular is it's the Steph Curry syndrome. She looks a lot like the girl who's out shooting hoops next door, and she plays like we are all capable of playing.
Clark's undeniable influence is what makes her deserving of the MVP title, leaving Wilson to finally realize that her reign may be coming to an end.
That's a scenario that we haven't seen happen, and I feel like that would be all over the headlines. And it also creates a target on your back when you say things like that.
The New York Liberty just pulled off a stunning upset, eliminating the Las Vegas Aces from the playoffs. But this rivalry runs much deeper. It all kicked off last season when the Aces took down the Liberty in the WNBA Finals, and Kelsey Plum threw shade, calling the Liberty a bunch of individual players. Then Aces coach Becky Hammon mocked Breanna Breanna Stewart shooting at their championship parade. But this season, Stewart, with Caitlin Clark by her side, got the ultimate revenge, leading the Liberty to victory in a heated game full of emotion and personal stakes.
Breanna Stewart said it herself. She's like, our whole team has receipts of the things that the Aces said and did.
Clark's presence added another level of intensity as her rise has sparked debates across the league, and the drama didn't stop on the court. The Liberty's Twitter trolled the Aces with a savage post featuring a pair of Tims stomping on the Aces logo, a reference to last year's protest.
But I want to be the best person. I want to be the best teammate, because that's how I get the best out of my team. So when it comes to wins, losses, when I tell you I break this game down piece by piece, because I want to be great for you guys, no offense, but I want to be great for my team. I want to be great for this franchise.
Meanwhile, Becky Hammon reportedly went on a Twitter blocking spree, adding more fuel to this fiery rivalry.
Becky Hammon went on Twitter and did a blocking spree. She blocked a ton of people on Twitter.
With Caitlin Clark now in the mix and tensions running higher than ever, this Liberty versus Aces saga is far from over. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Aja Wilson has expressed her frustration about Caitlin Clark's rise in popularity, framing it as an issue of race.
Us as black women, Paige reminds me a lot of you. Like, it's not really about me. And she knows how her privilege has gotten her to that point. And also, like, she's good at basketball. But like, she understands her privilege and like, pushes her over the top in a sense. It reminds me a lot of you. And I mean, that's a compliment.
Wilson believes that black athletes like herself and Angel Reese are often overlooked in favor of white players like Clark.
And I think in overall popularity, does her race play a factor? Nominal. Women's basketball has had a cornucopia of talented white and black women's basketball players. Elena Delle Donne is white, is she not? Sue Bird, white, is she not? A'ja Wilson's black. Cynthia Cooper, black. Like, you can go back through and it's actually a lot more. There's gay and there's straight. There's black and there's white. There's tall and there's short.
Pointing to Clark's Nike deal as an example of this disparity, she has argued that while black women excel on the court, they don't receive the same level of marketing attention or opportunities.
Caitlin Clark is becoming the best player, not because she's white, because she's that good. She's having Larry Bird impact. She's been the driving force of the hottest team in the entire league despite her record turnovers. Why? Because she's that good. She's legit good. She's colorblind good. She's guilt-free good. She's apolitically good.
Which she feels contributes to an unfair advantage for white players. Wilson also highlights that this issue is systemic, suggesting that the WNBA's marketing and public attention seem to favor certain players, particularly white ones like Clark.
She should have been unanimous. Now, to celebrate her, one thing that people forget is as a rookie, she was the most blitzed player in the WNBA, and she still put up 19, 5, and 8 assists, breaking, like you said, the assist record. To be able to do that as a rookie in the face of that much defensive pressure should have been unanimous.
Should have been.
However, it's important to clarify that Caitlin Clark's success is not rooted in her race, but in her extraordinary talent and ability to connect with fans. Clark has broken multiple records in her rookie season and transformed the way people view the WNBA.
Most points by a point guard in a season in WNBA history. Most double-doubles by a rookie guard in WNBA history. Most points by a rookie in WNBA history. Most assists by a rookie in the history of the WNBA. First WNBA rookie to record 2 triple-doubles. First triple-double by a rookie in WNBA history. First triple-double in Fever history. The first player to be named WNBA Player of the Month and Rookie of the Month in the same month. First player in WNBA history with 20 or more points, 15 or more assists, and 5 or more rebounds in a game. She won Rookie of the Month 4 times, Eastern Conference Player of the Week 3 times, single-season rookie record for assists, single-season rookie record for three-pointers, single-game record for assists, 19. Franchise record for most double-doubles, three-pointers, career 10 or more assists in a game. Franchise record for most career 10 or more assists in a game. Fastest WNBA player to reach 100 three-pointers. She did it in 34 games. Most assists by a rookie in a WNBA All-Star game for which she received the most fan votes ever, 700,000 of those. Fastest player to reach 350 points and 150 assists to start a season regardless of years in the league. People will say, pay more attention to the other folks. Like, she couldn't do it it herself. You know, LeBron has teammates, Jordan had teammates. I understand.
Much like how Steph Curry changed the NBA, her deep shooting, dynamic playmaking, and leadership on the court have drawn people to her, filling arenas and bringing the WNBA to new heights. People gravitate towards skill and performance, not skin color.
No one cares what skin color you are. You know what America loves? Let me break it down for you. We absolutely love one thing. You know what it is? Underdogs. We don't care about your color. We don't care if you're married, single, divorced. We don't care about anything. We love humble underdogs. We just do.
A'ja Wilson, who is also a Nike athlete, hasn't had the same league-wide impact despite her talent. Rather than blaming race for the difference, it's worth considering that Clark's playing style and ability to consistently excite fans are the real reason she's garnered such attention.
Do you know what Caitlin Clark just got the contract from Nike?
Nike.
You know what the contract is?
I want to say it's $3 million a year for 8 to 10 years. It's almost $30 million, something like that.
And I'm so happy for her to get the $28 million.
Name another company that just loses money, and we're like, yeah, let's keep talking about this company for the last 25 years. Candace Wiggins, she played for Stanford. She claims that she was bullied by WNBA players. She says she was bullied because she's straight. And she says that 98% of the league is lesbians.
To suggest that Clark's popularity is solely based on race overlooks the undeniable power of her performance and her ability to elevate the entire league. A'ja Wilson's recent comments about Caitlin Clark and the race narrative might not just be about fairness or representation. It could stem from a deeper fear that Clark is on track to win MVP.
WNBA players got upset. We don't have the privilege of just playing basketball. We have to care about these social issues. She's playing in a social issues league that wants to wear shirts that say vote, push some sort of political agenda.
Wilson, already a dominant player in the WNBA, may feel threatened by the rising star power of Clark, who has taken the league by storm with her electrifying performances. Clark's ability to fill arenas, break records, and captivate fans has shifted attention away from other players, including Wilson, despite her own success.
Regular season viewership, it grew by 20% in 2023. It's grown by 180% now, which means it would take another 5 or 6 years to do what Caitlin Clark has done. So between draft day viewership, which is up 400% to 40%, between ticket sales, which is up 93% to 16%, between regular game viewership, which is up 180% to 20%, what Caitlin Clark has done is grown the WNBA exponentially. She did in 5 weeks what would have taken 5 years. And as it pertains to draft viewership, she did in 5 days what would have taken 5 years.
Wilson might be doing this to divert attention from the fact that Clark is a serious MVP contender. By focusing the conversation on race, Wilson is drawing the spotlight back to herself and away from Clark's on-court achievements.
We have to, as fans, as media, as players, lighten up a little bit. Not every criticism of a player is said because we just dislike that player.
It's a way to shift the narrative from skill to something else, but it doesn't change the fact that Clark is performing at an MVP level. Instead of embracing the competition, Wilson's approach could be seen as an attempt to undermine Clark's meteoric rise by creating unnecessary drama.
A'ja Wilson has had the most difficult season of her career. She couldn't get the credit she deserved because Caitlin Clark showed up, and this is proof that her life is 10 times as hard as, you know, to get the same credit.
WNBA has been a mess this year. It has been so unprofessional, and they need to step it up, and they need to step it up quick, and they also need to, I don't know if an apology is warranted to Caitlin Clark.
Clark's performance speaks for itself, and fans are gravitating toward her not because of her race, but because of her incredible talent.
There's a league with players that feel like they should be getting the attention. Now they have center stage, but the ratings are going to go down. Are they going to be pointing fingers and blaming Indiana Fever fans and Caitlin Clark fans whenever the ratings don't stay the same?
Yeah, they will. Hey, look at the numbers everywhere else across women's basketball. It's not just Caitlin Clark, it's all of us. And then the moment the ratings tank, they're going to come back and say, see, we were right all along. It's all the racists that follow Caitlin Clark that were watching the product, and now they're gone, and we're back with our diehards. It is bad news for the WNBA that she's not continuing to play.
So that's the real story behind the drama. A'ja Wilson may be trying to shift the narrative and steer attention away from Caitlin Clark. Clark, but facts don't lie. Clark's performances, record-breaking plays, and ability to elevate the entire league speak volumes. The issue isn't about race, it's about talent, and Clark has proven she's the real MVP contender. As this rivalry continues to heat up, one thing is clear: Caitlin Clark has changed the game, and the WNBA is better because of it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on this fiery WNBA season.
I'm big on, within the women's game of basketball, I don't think that there's enough scrutiny about our play. Hear me out. Okay, as a woman, because the game has been attacked so much by people sitting in their basement that can't dunk a donut, let alone a basketball, they're the ones that have driven the narrative that nobody watches women's sports. So many people have become protective of the game of basketball that they cannot take criticism, that nobody's allowed to criticize the game. But guess what? I want to criticize on the first morning show. Is D-Wade is he gonna get to the basket? Is he gonna get to the free throw line? Or is he gonna settle for the catch and shoot, which is what the Spurs want y'all to do, right? But you can't do that in the women's game.